Hey Hallowmaniacs, it's Steph and Joe here, and we are back with another wild, crazy Halloween thrift video. So we're going to stop at a couple different Goodwills and see if we can find some treasures along the way. So stay tuned and let's go. Alright guys, so we are back in Wisconsin and ready to go do a little Halloween thrifting. So we went to the first store was in Waukesha, and this is one of my favorites. So one of the first items that we found was, it looked like a vintage Halloween wooden sign here, and looking in the back it was pumpkin hollow and it was $3.99. So I thought that was not a bad price. Did you, Joe?
No, a really good price, good quality, and you know, Wisconsin, something about Wisconsin, man. They just have some great thrift finds with Halloween year-round, which is awesome.
And I was happy because this time I had my car, so there was no limit, limits. The limit was ours. Yeah.
No issues transporting stuff back home, which is always nice.
Yes. And we went and they had a lot of stuff on their shelves here. I love this little pumpkin ceramic, the stacked pumpkins. Not a bad price for that either. I don't know what that little insert was. It looks like it had never been used. And it looked more modern to me. That's fine.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of ceramics, a lot of string lights you'll see. And I love looking for the string lights. I sometimes find I can get some really good deals. And this is it was a little, I think it was from the 1980s. And I'll kind of get a little bit more into that as we research some of the products. But that was cute. It had no price on it. So I was going to inquire with the cashier up at the front and just see how much it was. But I like his little face there.
The thing about these Wisconsin Goodwills is you really have to do some digging because stuff is jam-packed on the shelves, and it's very, very easy to miss some good quality items if you're not on the lookout for them.
Yep, and you can see there's some more string lights and just kind of hanging up. I see a lot of the pumpkin carving kits. You'll see makeup. I mean, there's all kinds of things here.
That guy's pretty cool.
Yeah, he was neat. So I think he was a couple dollars
$3.99.
Yeah, so he was cute. I liked him. Definitely like all the vintage of skulls and things like that. But a lot of pumpkins here to go through.
Orange alert.
Orange shiny alert.
That's right. And
Joe found this. This was a neat find. It was a ghost face costume, all intact in the package. It's not more like the vintage Fun World, because Fun World was a company that actually created Ghostface before it was Ghostface, but still, it was a cool find.
I was super hopeful it was one of those original Scream masks, but alas, it was not, unfortunately.
Me too. They can go for a lot of money. And this was a cool find. So I think a different Goodwill, one of our other videos, I found one. I thought this was the same one or very similar, and I was like, oh, it'd be great if I could find another one. But here it was.
There it is.
Yep. I think those are so nice. I like the spooky tree setting, and this was such a sweet little ceramic. It looks like a little planter here. I mean, you could put other things in it as well, but I love the ghost, the little jack-o'-lantern face. I love that.
$1.99, you can't beat that, right? Good prices.
Yep, so not bad at all, but I thought that was a really nice find here. And the little ghost is all intact, because sometimes you find them and they have chips on them or a little bit of wear and tear, but that one was in good condition. I thought the sign was kind of funny. The hat's only there to keep the halo straight. I like that. I like a good humor sign, especially when it has some kind of Halloween pun with it.
Nice and witty indeed.
And this, I thought one second it was another planter because it looked like a little jack-o'-lantern with a ghost, but it's a cup, a ceramic mug, and I thought this was unique. I don't know what time era it was, but I could imagine if you wanted to have a Halloween cup collection, this would be a good one to add. So I don't think it was too old, but it had kind of somewhat modern, maybe a little bit 10 plus years old. But looking in here too, here was a little bell I found, no price tag on it, but yeah, you can put it as a door hanger. And here I am redecorating the shelves of Goodwill. So
it's nice when you find stuff without those price tags, because they typically will give you a pretty good deal on stuff too, which is cool.
Yeah, and lately the prices haven't been that bad or outrageous. Sometimes you'll go into a Goodwill and they're like, you want how much for what? It's a thrift shop, remember? But no, these have been pretty decent. And this fella here, I have seen him the last couple times that I've gone in, and I'm surprised because he's a really good find. I think he's a nice classic jack-o'-lantern face made in Thailand. But I will say, after, and only $2.99. But going and looking at it, I'm noticing that he's getting a little bit more chipped. So I think he's getting roughed up a little bit on the shelves there.
With no home to go to either.
Right. And we would have gotten it, but we have one similar to it. And yeah, no room for him at home. But he is adorable. And this was a cool vintage, probably Oh, 2001, there's the year right there. But it has a pin that you can put in with the batteries and light that probably turns those little cute eyes up, and did not work, but you know, I assume with the new battery it would.
I think we've seen this guy before, or at least something close to it, but the kind of this ceramic looking piece, these jack-o'-lanterns with the goofy faces and colorful attire.
Yeah, and he's kind of got like a unique face. He's a unique shape, I'll say.
He is.
Like a very oblong pumpkin, but the cute little hat, and he had the cord still, so he was a good find. Moving on, here was a familiar face. We saw him in another couple videos back, and he has a, you know, he would probably look cute with that other planter, but he's got the chipped fingers, so yeah, definitely they will get some wear and tear as they're on these shelves, because you can see they're so packed. But here was another cute find for $3.99, a ceramic kind of pumpkin, not a jar dish, but a little ceramic bucket, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if that would be a good planter or a candy jar, but I love these little 90s, 80s, 90s plastic bowls. So I think these are so fun, and I have a couple at home already. So this is probably coming home with me. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's probably coming home.
Spoiler alert. Another unique bowl design, and it will need to be used for this year's Halloween party for sure.
And you know I'm a sucker for jack-o'-lantern faces, as I'm
Absolutely.
looking at one
It's
right now. This little bucket right here, I didn't want to take it out of the package because it was so nicely packed in there. I could tell it was intact, and I think it was probably from the 90s, and I love the little witch on it. You know, you have the ghost peeking out, but it was time for another shop here. So this was a different one that I don't go to too often, but it's in, like, I think the city of Milwaukee, kind of towards the outskirts, but it had a quite decent amount of Halloween stuff here, and I like this first find. It was for 99 cents, and it was only, you know, probably like 90s or so, but a jack-o'-lantern candle.
Yeah, can't beat that price.
No, not at all. And then you had these, and I could tell somebody must have been trying to sell it at a garage sale, because I saw the
Got their
color
stickers on them still.
And I've seen, you know, sometimes people put stuff from a garage sale, donate it, and then Goodwill mark it up. But I was surprised and happy to see they honored the
Just
dollar.
left it as is.
That's right. You know, because sometimes they forget whoever's taking it back, putting it on the shelves to take off the stickers. But yeah, I thought those were adorable finds. Then here they had a snow globe, and yeah, I have I like snow globes. I love the look of them, and I wasn't going to open up the tape box, but sometimes I hate when you get the little bubbles at the top.
That's the worst. It almost feels like it's, I don't want to say useless, but it just diminishes the display, and feels like it goes to waste by the wayside, unfortunately.
So if you know of a way, if you are a collector, let us know if you know there's a way to not get those bubbles.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'd be curious.
And I love this dish here, and again, I thought it was, you know, $1.99 or 99 cents, I forgot, but
really
not a
good
bad
prices,
price. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I love, this was a probably 80s, 90s ceramic, and yep, only 99 cents. So I really love the store's prices. I thought they were pretty fair, and this is what Joe found here. This is a cool sign, and
yeah, that was pretty cool. It was a little beat up though when I took a look at it and stuff, but it was pretty neat, hand painted design from what it looks like.
But I love it had that classic Halloween with the witch setting in there, and oh, here is a find.
I love this. I've seen it multiple times. I have not purchased it, and we saw it again. I'm like, I like the design. I don't think it's super, super old, but to me, it just screams of vintage Halloween, just with the ghost design itself.
I think this may have been the store that we've seen it at, so this could have been the jar that we passed on a couple months ago.
It's hard to keep track sometimes.
That classic look. But here were some string lights new in the package, that classic jack-o'-lantern look, and again, $2.99, so not a bad price at all. And last here was a little trivia game, which I like just the cover art of it.
Yeah,
I thought it was
the
pretty
cover
unique.
art on this tin is pretty cool, and hey, we love Halloween trivia, so it's pretty cool too for 99 cents.
Not bad at all. But let's go home and see what we got. Alright guys, so we are back home, and we're going to show you some of the purchases that we made both on camera and off camera. And the first one that you see are a couple different placemats. We got 3 of this kind of darker design here, and then 3 of this pumpkin little jack-o'-lantern in the field here with some friends. 3 of those. So we got 6 total at a Goodwill, and it wasn't a bad price. I think we paid $1.99 for each of them. But this one here, I think we kind of gave a little spoiler alert in the video. This is coming home with us, and yeah, I can see where it goes online around to like $10, $15. Definitely a throwback from the 90s, and I love this design.
All right, this guy is from the 1980s. He's from Nesco. This was actually one of the items that was not properly priced at this Goodwill. So we took it up to the front, said, hey, we're interested. And the guy says, hey, how about a quarter? And I said, hey, how about we definitely say yes? So it was a great deal. Worked out pretty well, and kind of a cool ad here as well. You knew it was coming home when I kept mentioning it, but I love the graphic design on this glass jar. Totally not super vintage or very old, but they'd go about like for $10 to $15 online, but I just liked it. I thought it was cool. I thought it really stood out and kind of sparked that vintage Halloween look to it, and hey, now we have this really cool decorative glass jar with ghosts.
All right, so this was actually another kind of off-camera purchase, and I love this. This is from 1998. It's a Paper Magic Group pumpkin, and I think we got a couple of these at a different Goodwill before, but yeah, Joe and I, we love these. The color on these are always so bright and vibrant, and it did have a working light bulb in it, so yeah, this was quite the deal. But we also got a different one of a different brand, so I'll show you that one here next. So here's that next one, and like I said, you know, this is a different brand. I don't know what brand it is. It's not marked. It's not the Paper Magic Group. It's a little bit of a lighter color, and the plastic is a lot thicker on it. So I don't know if you could tell from the last one to this one, but yeah, this bulb works as well. And Joe and I are always looking for just different facial designs. We love those classic jack-o'-lanterns. We kind of have a cool idea that we're looking forward to decorating with for this year, so we're trying to pick these up wherever we can. And we got them both for $2.99, so not bad prices at all. All right, so this is our last find that we have for this video, but it is, I think almost the best for last, and it was an off-camera purchase. We'll show you here. It's a trick-or-treat Halloween sign here, and I love the design, the pumpkins right here, but it looks so cool. So it has on the back a battery compartment, and we'll show you what it looks like lit up. Yeah, isn't this cool? So it lights up. You just put 2 AA batteries into it, and yeah, the room's not that dark in here, but can you imagine if the lights were off? It just would really, I think, highlight it. Oh, I think Joe's going to try and shut the lights off, but it kind of give it that spooky effect. Oh, there, that looks so much better. Yeah, I love it. Do you like it?
I love it. Really pops at you, and man, for $3.99, this was definitely the highlight of this video as far as takeaways.
Yep, so I think that's going to do it for the video. We made some really good purchases that we're excited about, and we'll definitely be part of the Halloween decoration process this year. So hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned, and remember to always
stay spooky. Ooh. Trick or treat.